Hi everyone, I'm Lou. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your December 2023 forecast. So these are a general astrology and tarot card reading. I do recommend that you watch for your rising sign first, okay? That's going to be the most accurate, and then you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign if you want to fill in the extra details. Please do subscribe to my channel. That really helps me to continue to make these forecasts. And as always, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm doing this reading from, the Gumbaynggirr people, and recognize their continued connection to their culture and country. And I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. Let's do it. Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your December 2023 reading. We have inner conflict resolution and the illusion. I'll keep the illusion out. I don't feel like it was meant to come out, but we'll just put it to the side and see. So this month we are in Sagittarius season, activating your 7th house. Really strong energy when our 7th house is activated, okay? So this inner conflict resolution happening. I love that card for you because when we're looking at the 7th house, we're looking at that mirror. We're looking at the mirror of life, how life mirrors the internal, the inner conflict, okay, in the external. So you're looking at your partnerships, your relationships, but intimate, past, present, or future. We're looking at also the people really that we are interacting with, showing us, revealing to us with the sun shining on us, right? Revealing our inner psyche, who we really are on the internal level. The resolution there is brilliant. I love that because it means that there is going to be some sort of solution coming together throughout this, whether this is uncomfortable or not for you, okay? Sometimes 7th house energy can be really uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be beautiful and harmonious. So it's going to really vary. We do have Mars in Sagittarius in your 7th for the entire month. So that, again, can go either way. It can be very passionate. It can be very pleasurable. A lot of fiery energy, sexual energy. But it can also convert into anger and aggression very quickly and easily as well. That's that inner conflict. So Mars will be drawing that inner conflict out into the environment through other people, through your connection with other people. Now, the other thing we have happening here is that Mercury is going to be doing a retrograde this month. So that's your ruling planet. It's always important to know for a Gemini when Mercury's in retrograde. So Mercury will begin its retrograde in Capricorn on the 13th of December. Capricorn is your 8th house. And so we're looking at your vulnerabilities. Again, this really internal world. The 8th house is very internal. The depths of your psyche. It's the things that, it's your fears, it's your phobias, it's where you're vulnerable. It's your sense of empowerment or disempowerment, okay? So the first 10 days of the Mercury retrograde will be bringing a lot of that up to the psyche. Maybe these illusions within coming to the surface of the subconscious mind, coming into your conscious mind, bringing it into your awareness for you to reflect upon, to identify, to look at. And then on the 23rd of December, Mercury will shift into Sagittarius and complete its retrograde in Sagittarius until January the 2nd. So we've got 50-50 Capricorn Sagittarius retrograde. As it moves into Sagittarius for you, Gemini, it's going to start bringing those vulnerabilities, that depth of your psyche, all the stuff that you go over at the first part will start to be implemented and applied through your relationships, okay? And there can be this resolution, especially if you work deliberately with it. As we know, Mercury can bring a lot of confusion, chaos, and conflict if we are unconscious, if we're not aware. So if you're working deliberately with the energy, then you can create clarity and resolution. Now, I am doing a separate video for the Mercury retrograde, okay? So keep your eye out for that. It's going to have an individual tarot card reading for each zodiac sign, and it's going to help you to work deliberately with this energy, help you to identify what's coming up for you and how to apply yourself so that you can make shifts, so that you can grow, you can shift and change. Mercury is the best planet to do that with because it's our creative center, okay? And so we can literally create reality through doing this work. And this inner conflict resolution card really does signify, really draws our attention to the fact that anything in life that is worth doing, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a job, the job of your dreams, whether that's going traveling or having kids or, being a best friend or doing something creative, it doesn't matter what it is, it requires a sense of vulnerability, okay, which creates inner conflict. Any time that we are expanding, any time that we are growing, and any time that we are doing something that lights our soul on fire is going to require us to be vulnerable. And with that 8th house activation with the Mercury retrograde, you're going to be looking at that, what's blocking you or what holds you back from allowing yourself to be vulnerable in order to explore that richness in life, in order to have something that's more than mediocre, okay? I think this is really positive too, coming off the back of everything that you've been through this year with the Taurus activation. You've had a lot of awakenings, a lot of activations, spiritual activations. So this is really cementing it in, grounding it in, bringing it into something a bit more practical, like your relationships with other people. With the Tower, you're coming into the card of the Tower, into the reading with the card of the Tower, and that's that conflict, right? That's that chaos. So definitely off the back of November. November was an awful month, just saying. It really was so extreme in its duality, in its polarizing energy. There was so many situations throughout November that pulled us in different directions that seemed to be unresolvable. So I like that you've got this resolution card for you, Gemini, because if you're feeling this Tower energy, feeling really chaotic, feeling like you're crashing and burning, it's a really good place to be, really, because you're evolving. It means you're evolving and things are changing, maybe more than you would like. And especially if you were really split throughout November. But that energy now, you have this opportunity to shine some light on it and to create some sort of clarity to bring that forward for you. Let's see what else is going on. We have the 9 of Coins in the environment. Beautiful. So your experiences this month, or an experience this month, is going to show you your worth, your value. Okay, that you can rely on yourself first and foremost, that you are self-sufficient, that you have everything that it takes. So this chaos and conflict may be something that you overcome on your own. It may be something you overcome through partnerships because of all that 7th house activation, but I do feel like it's going to come from your own inner strength, your own inner realm, your own inner value. Okay, we do have a full moon on the 26th of December that's happening in Cancer. That represents your 2nd house. So you're going to be looking at your values anyway. 2nd house, 8th house axis is all about your value, your worth, your security. So the environment is going to be revealing that to you. And I like that this card's come out in that way because it means that it's going to be a positive experience. Okay, it's going to show you where you are worthy. And we have the universe needing from you the King of Cups, which is that emotional component, needing to stay emotionally in tune with your emotional guidance system, keeping yourself calm, keeping yourself soothed through what is coming up for you. If there's inner conflict, if there's external conflict, the Tower, using your emotional guidance system. So what that means, okay, is the King of Cups. He is the ruler of the emotional realm. He understands that his emotions are a language, they're a message, they're guidance, okay? So there's they speak to him, but he remains detached from them. He doesn't identify with them. They're not who he is, what his identity is. So he recognizes that they're a fluid energy that moves and shifts through him. And so because of that, because there's no attachment to it, because there's no, he doesn't allow it to affect his sense of worth, he can take that step back and be a little bit more detached and observe the emotions and read them for what they are, as valuable information. and he can utilize them and capitalize on them. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're coming in here with this Tower energy, this conflict energy, if you like really start to like hone in on that, see, when we're feeling fear, when we're feeling doubt, when we're feeling chaotic, our focus narrows. We narrow our focus on the problem. We narrow our focus on what's going on around us, on what's causing the chaos. And then we have no access to solutions, because solutions come from a broad perspective. Okay? So from broadening our focus. And this is a great thing to do with the Mercury retrograde, because the Mercury retrograde is going to be highlighting what your focus is on. This particular Mercury retrograde with the Capricorn influence is going to be highlighting repetitive thought habits, things that you're committed to in your mind, meaning the things that you like obsess over, the things that you think constantly, right? It's going to be bringing that to your attention, maybe through chaos, maybe through making it really apparent in a very in your face kind of way, so that you can overcome it. So if you spiral into that in an unconscious way, the emotions will be strong, and they can really take you down river with them. They can really take you off course. So a King of Cups, which is what the universe is asking for you, would detach a little bit, would pull back a little bit, would recognize, okay, these emotions are just emotions. They're telling me something. What do I need to know? Gathering the information and doing something about it. So really caring about how you feel this month, really paying attention to how you feel, and knowing that you're in complete control of how you feel. A situation cannot make you feel a certain way. A person cannot make you feel a certain way, even though they do. You actually, in actual fact, have control over that through utilizing your thoughts, through utilizing your mind as well. We have the 10 of Coins. I love that. And the 4 of Cups. Yes, so there could be this tendency to be viewing things from a perspective that is limited, but also not accurate. An illusion, really. So there could be this illusion. This 4 of Cups is really screaming illusion to me. And it can come through emotional turmoil. So your emotions may cloud your judgment, is what they're telling me. So when we're dealing with the Mercury retrograde, we're dealing with programming, right? We're dealing with old programs, old belief systems, old repetitive thoughts that have been ingrained in us, usually since childhood. Doesn't have to be, but most of the time it does come from our programming that our caregivers and society as children gave us. And so every Mercury retrograde is like just a little moment, a little window in time to unravel a little bit more of the programming that was put into us at that time, those really formative years. And so this could be what this is. There's this illusion, there's this clouded judgment that comes from programming that may not even be yours, Gemini. And so really questioning your feelings, not questioning your feelings in terms of trying to create doubt in self, but questioning your feelings of like, where is this coming from? What is this feeling trying to tell me? Is this really me? Is this really the situation? Or is there fear coming up? Is there thoughts or inner conflict coming up that is telling me that something's wrong, or telling me that something's wrong when it's not, okay? Or telling me that something's right when it's not even. Okay, so questioning those emotions, those strong emotional impulses, those strong emotional pulls, allowing yourself space between the emotion and the response is really good opportunity for you, for learning and growth for you during this month. If you can do that, and it's not easy, I'm not going to lie, it's really not easy, but there's need for this space so that you can see clearly. When the 4 of Cups is here, there's a lack of clarity coming through. Now the 10 of Coins is brilliant, because this means that you're provided for, okay? Everything you need is there. Everything you need is within you, is what they're telling me, okay? Because coming from this Nine of Coins, you've provided it for yourself. There is no need to reach for it for somebody else. There's no need to be begging the universe from it. There's no need to be worrying about it. Worrying is going to be the illusion. Okay, this inner conflict that's arising, this tower that's arising, if it's coming through fear, it's because you have disconnected from that satisfaction, from that abundance, from realizing that you have it all. Everything is there for you. The universe is providing for you, is supporting you. There may be work that needs to be done. We do have Venus moving into Scorpio on the 5th and will be there until the 30th. So most of December, Venus will be in Scorpio. You might end up having really nice time with your work, in your work environment, receiving money. Especially around that full moon, there may be money coming in, money flowing in, or the possibility to really start to look at why money is not flowing in. So this is all connected, right? It's all interconnected, because your worth, your sense of worth, is going to be connected to this inner conflict. It's going to be connected to this tower moment. It's going to be connected to your relationship. So even if this is a month that's heavily based on your connections with past, present, or future partners, it's still that underneath all of that is your sense of worth. How worthy do you feel? We've got the Page of Swords here, and this is that reminder to stay curious and to stay open to other possibilities, to the possibility that things are an illusion and that there could be another way of viewing the situation. We have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is a concern, because the Seven of Swords does imply that there's a betrayal, or that there's someone has been sneaky, or that there's something coming up that feels that way. It doesn't have to be that way. And it can be just you doing that to yourself. This inner conflict can happen, and that may be the cause of this tower moment, okay? Maybe something shocking, quite shocking and out of the blue that comes up. Like I said, that November was extreme. And so you may feel robbed, you may feel cheated, you may feel lied to, you may feel like, just like you didn't get what you deserved. Because you do, you recognize your own worth, Nine of Coins, you know what you deserve, 10 of Coins, and maybe you're not seeing the fact, or you're feeling like you didn't get it. But remember, those feelings are an illusion, okay? They're an illusion, but they're also information. They're information to help you to guide you through this Mercury retrograde energy, so that you can find the solution. You can find the resolution to this feeling. And by doing that, the way we do that is through this Knight of, Page of Swords energy of being curious, being open, having conversations, talking to people, being open to new ideas, new concepts, looking for information if that's what you need. If you need more information, if you need to know more, if you need to find out more, ask, have those conversations, talk to people, allow other people to have their opinion, although remembering you don't have to take it on because just because somebody else says so. Keeping that sense of curiosity, which you are so good at, Gemini. You're so good at all of that stuff. So really tapping into that quality, that strength within yourself to overcome anything that doesn't feel right within your system. And we have the universe. Beautiful. The universe has your back, Gemini, 1000%. Everything that's happening is unfolding perfectly in divine timing, divinely orchestrated. It really is exactly how it's supposed to be. Even this tower moment, even this conflict, okay? Even the illusion. This is all an unveiling, and it's all unveiling in perfect synchronicity, in perfect symphony with your soul development. This is something that you have been really learning with that Taurus activation throughout the whole of 2023, this awakening energy that you've been going through. You've been really leveling up. I've been talking about this all year. And so this is about tapping into that now. Now that you've learnt those lessons, now that it's starting to become more normal for you, it's starting to become more of a normal way of life for you, Gemini, you can start to utilize that now. It's like it's a powerful force within you and within your chart at this time, and all the way up until May, particularly because next May Jupiter will move into your first house. Really exciting time when that happens. But for now, in your 12th house, leaning into that cosmic support, you have so much cosmic support. You always have cosmic support, but when Jupiter is there, you have even more. So trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, trusting any downloads you get, any information that you receive, any meditations you do, really leaning into that to get through anything that comes up for you this month. And for this full moon in Cancer, okay, on the 26th, it's asking you to surrender to passion. So this happens on the 26th of December, surrendering to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Beautiful energy. Okay, so that is going to be a time when we're in that Sagittarian component of the Mercury retrograde too. Like I said, Mars is there, so that 7th house activity, it could be passion with another person, very passionate time for you during that moon. Mercury being able to bring the cognitive component, which you really need, Gemini, to create that sense of passion, especially with another person. It needs to be passionate in your mind as well. Your brain needs to be stimulated. Your mind needs to be stimulated. The Mercury retrograde will make an exact conjunction with Mars in Sagittarius on the 28th. I love that for you as well, Gemini. So on the 28th of December, it could be a very passionate time for you too. Okay, to be with another person, a partner, or if you're not, to be with yourself as the universe, and to really, really connect deeply with yourself in a very passionate and intense way. Okay, so that is your reading, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next month. Take care.